Now, in terms of storyline, I'm going to contrast or compare rather Fallout 3 to Fallout New Vegas. So in Fallout 3, I know that we've already discussed how like you kind of make yourself someone. You kind of make yourself someone interesting. Like, no one knows who you are. Like, sure, you become the Lone Wanderer. You make your legend. You know what I mean? Like, you make yourself known. But in this game, you're kind of already known. You're like a courier, sort of.
People have heard of you. Yeah.
People have heard of you,
work
sort
for an
of thing.
established company.
So, like, do you have an opinion on whether you want to be like a known person? Like maybe you're a Robco exec. Like we don't know what this character does for a living. Like
right.
Realistically, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like do you get a different feeling? Like I know it's not like a huge
More
difference.
like an RP sort of thing to it.
Yeah, like in this game you can literally deliver things if I remember correctly for a job. Like there's literally like courier points.
There's a couple of quests that are for courier, yeah.
And but that's sort of supposed to emulate your day job sort of thing. Whereas like, or do you want it just to be like you are actually building yourself up from just being some random guy or girl in this case?
Again, I think it depends on the context of the game. If I want to feel like, it would be kind of cool if like you could choose your different starting points in the game, right? Like say if you said a Robco exec, so at the beginning of the game you would start inside a destroyed building that you like somehow survived the bomb falling. And then,
I see what
and
you're
then
saying.
from there you develop into being a raider and you sort of develop your own story to the game. That'd be kind of interesting.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I was watching today. GameSpot has the Fallout 4 show,
Right.
which I think is just running till Fallout 4, but don't quote me on that. But they're doing like a lot of things, like little lore things and little like things from the previous games, and just Fallout stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically on the hype train for Fallout 4. And they had one where it was like the top 5 mods, and I can't remember the mod, but it was a mod for this game where when you start out, you sort of go to a terminal and you write your past.
Okay.
So you write like, oh, I was a Dark Brotherhood guy, and I liked energy weapons, and I was rich, and I was, and then if you have all that, you spawn. If you like, let's say you were a rich Dark Brother or a rich Brotherhood of Steel guy, you would be a guy in T-51B because that's the best armor. You would have the best energy weapon. You would have like, but that's cool though. Because, like, in this game, you're trying to remember your past because you were shot in the head sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, like, you're kind of rewriting your past, and I think that's really cool. Especially,
that's an interesting take on it.
Exactly, and especially since if you're doing a second or third playthrough, that would be perfect. Because you don't want to earn all that stuff because you already know how to do it. You're just here for literally to have a little bit of fun in the world. So that would be perfect. Oh, I want to be I want to, like, basically roleplay as a Brotherhood of Steel guy, and you're there. Or I want to be an NCR person or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I mean... there was a very similar sort of thing to that in Oblivion. I remember you could, it was like the choose your own starting. Mod.
Right, in the ship, right?
You get off the boat, and then you had for your import, you had to write down your past on the paperwork, and it was like, what's your income, where are you from, and it was like basically their version of the character creation, but then it also gave you like different like loot off the beginning of the game. So if you came from a rich family, you would have, your character would be wearing really nice clothes, and you might have some more cash in your pocket. Or if you said you used to work for a blacksmith, maybe you've got a lot of blacksmithing hammers in your pocket when you start, and you start in, you can choose to start in the Imperial City, or you can choose to start in
Anvil,
or yeah.
I remember I used to always start in Anvil. I really liked that mod. It was something different than the initial story that happens in a lot of the Bethesda games, like from Oblivion and all that, and like Fallout 3 especially as well. It's cool, but it's cool once, I find.
Yeah.
I don't want to do Vault 101 again. I don't want to break from the prison again. I just want to start. Because sometimes I'm just like, man, I really want to make a lucky character. I want to be a goof.
Yeah, just screw around, right?
Which actually, what's that, sorry?
Just screw around, right? And this game makes it really easy. You're playing the game in like, I don't know, like I just flew through all that stuff. That was maybe 3 minutes.
You'd probably still be in Vault 111 right now.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Maybe.
And people might still be alive. It might still be not even in the future yet or whatever, right? So,
the stuff I love is this sort of thing, right? I just entered Nipton, which is basically, if people don't know, Caesar's Legion. Basically, the story of this game, just a very quick rundown. It's centered around the Hoover Dam, and there's like a big power struggle between this one guy that used to be one of the part of the Followers of the Apocalypse, which is like basically like Doctors Without Borders kind of thing. Like they'd go around and they'd help people in need for no profit. He went to, I can't remember where he went in the game, but he met another guy named Joshua Graham. The person I'm talking about is Caesar, by the way. Met Joshua Graham. They found a group of tribals, taught them how to read, write, use guns, that sort of stuff, and then the tribals became his legion. And he decided he didn't want to work for the Followers of the Apocalypse anymore and help people. He wanted instead to kind of rewrite the world the way he wanted it.
As Caesar.
In
the history books.
So he was trying to take over the dam with his legion, and the NCR, which is basically the military in this game, fought back, and they took back the dam. So he's across the river.
Literally a geographical border right now. They're fighting over the dam. NCR one side.
And whoever owns the dam basically has power in...
Like literally electricity.
In the Mojave Desert. So you can choose to support either side.
I will say 100% that I would have really liked this game, and this is a massive spoiler, so if you haven't played this game, haven't beat it yet, just ignore me somehow. But what I will say one thing is that in this game, I would have really, really, really enjoyed it if when I did the war, I could play after, and it was the way I did the war. If I pushed NCR back, I want the NCR to be way back. I want them to be back where that statue was, where you were in like a little while ago. I want them to be on the edge of the border, and I want Caesar's Legion to be everywhere. I want the New Vegas Strip to be all Caesar's Legion people, and I want House to be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
I want, you know what I mean? Like I want my story, or whatever you want to call it, to be real. You're killing this guy.
This guy was part of the like I was talking about before with Nipton. Basically, the Caesar's Legion came in, and they went into this town, and they formed a lottery. Like, they rounded everybody up, and they started giving out lottery tickets. I think there was only 3 lottery tickets that were, like, good. The person who won the lottery got to leave with their life. And then the second runner-up, which was this guy, got to live, but they busted his kneecaps.
Oh.
I don't know how he's running at me right now.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah.
It's just Fallout tech.
So let's blow his head off. There we go.
Jesus.
You actually get good karma for that because you put him out of his misery or whatever.
What the heck?
I failed the Wheel of Fortune, which is fine because it's just a minor quest. Should have put points in the lockpick. So what I was talking about before is the Caesar's Legion came into this town, and they rounded everybody up, crucified people, murdered a lot of people, threw people on the pyres, all that sort of stuff, which is why this town is in such disrepair. And I love that you can just stumble on this and be like, what the fuck happened here? Like, look at this. Like, there's just a guy...
Oh my god!
He's dead. So, like...
That rat roach somehow cut him down.
Yeah, and he freed him. How do you feel, sir?
That rat roach had good karma and you killed him.
I'm a bad person. So yeah, and here's Caesar's Legion. They just burned this whole place to the ground. This guy's running off. And then, this is like one of the main guys.